Good morning, shaving cadre. Barber Dave here with Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. We are done with the Barbershop Challenge, Barbershop Shootout, but we're going to do a little bit of a bonus shave. But before we get to that, I want to thank everybody for all your thoughts and prayers for the Bighorn Fire. We are still under what they call set, ready, set, go. Ready is just to, hey, it's there. Set is to have a go bag and ready to rock, and then go is get out. So far, the fire lines last night held. They're about a mile from us right now. So a lot of it depends on the wind. Thanks to all the firefighters that are doing such a great job, including the air crews and everything else. They really bombarded that. You saw that with some of the videos. So thank you so much for that. We're very appreciative of the thoughts and prayers. Secondly, obviously, if you've been on the site, you have seen the big announcement. Yes, we have formed a partnership with Sapota Ficcio Veracino. They are producing a one-of-a-kind TSC branded brush. So check out that thread. There's still plenty of time to sign up. It's going to be for the next 2 weeks. And then also we'd like to welcome aboard the staff, Marco, Alessandro, and everybody from Sapota Ficcio Veracino, as they have become one of our retail artisan supporting companies. So we're very excited about that. So please say hello to them and welcome them with typical TSC open arms. Okay, for today, very rarely do you find a soap that has the cult following that this one does. I mean, all of them do, but I mean, this one more so than any I've seen. For a scent that is good, it's not really barbershop, but it's, people freak out over this soap, and I love it as well. And that is, of course, Chiseled Face Groomatorium Ghost Town Barber. So we'll be shaving with that today. We'll be using the Ghost Town Barber Aftershave and the Ghost Town Barber EDP. And with me starting to run a new barbershop called Hombres, they kind of fit. We're going to be using the Matt DeRuiter Mesquite and Turquoise. This was one of my very first custom brushes with a 2-band bore. And we will be using a razor that I actually found in Tombstone. And this is a Joss Elliott Best Silver Steel Rattler grind in about 4/8, and Kyle, UA Cowboy, restored this razor for me, and it was actually my very first straight razor. So we'll have some fun with that today. Starting tomorrow, as promised, we are going to start our tour of all the scents, all the shave soaps, aftershaves, and so forth that are Sapota Ficcio Veracino. We're going to try to go over most of the notes of the soaps and talk about the similarities, talk about how some people's olfactories do see that, or do feel that they all smell the same. We'll talk into the symphony of different notes that create, because if you look at most of Sapota Ficcio Veracino's soaps, they have a ton of notes. And those notes are typically what they say, notes. And these notes are made to make a symphony. And so we'll talk about that as we go through their products, talk about their natural healing properties, how to lather them and get the most out of it, as well as how to get the most out of the fragrance as well. I thought it was appropriate to do the complete SV tour, so to speak, because we are welcoming SV to our artisan vendor retailer section, and being a brand ambassador, I thought it was appropriate to do that. So we'll start that tomorrow, and yeah, so that's what's happening. We do have a Zoom call on Sunday. We're calling it the Old Guy Zoom call. More than likely, and I'll post up there that I'll be starting that at 4 p.m. Arizona time. Okay, as you can see, the Chiseled Face is a great soap. I mean, it lather's great, plenty of good stuff, and the scent, wow, I did not look up, obviously last night was not a lot of sleep nights, so I didn't get a chance to look up the scent notes, but it is a very unique. Definitely some citrus. Definitely some something sweet to my nose. I can't really pick it up, but sweet and pungent at the same time. Obviously, I don't get any barbershop out of it, but I can see where, you know, maybe the inside of an old saloon, you know, you get the different smells and so forth. But just a neat fragrance. I think some people find it too sweet. I don't. I actually like it. The CF chiseled face soaps will take a lot of water. But they're very nice. And yes, I did retire my squadron shirt. It had worked very well for the last 2 weeks during the barbershop shootout as a shave shirt until we get the ones from us. And it walked itself into the washer today. So, until we get the new ones, this, one of my shirts from one of our cruises, actually will take center stage for the Sappa di Ficcio Veracino. Since we are doing a tour, I figured a cruise shirt would be perfect for it, and I'm already starting to screw it up. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's see how we do here. It's funny how these rattler grind razors actually act a lot like a wedge. They're very quiet. But very comfortable on the face. But a fun razor to shave with. I have a tendency to lean towards the smaller grinds, 6/8 and lower, with 5/8 being my favorite. And I really like Barber notch razors because you can get up real close. I would call Chiseled Face definitely a tier 1 soap. Not quite elite level. Slickness in the shave is decent, not the greatest. Because I think, to me, how you lather is so important. And each, you know, a lot of people say it's just soap, you lather it. Well, I disagree. I think the properties of each soap are different. So it's going to require a little bit of a different line. I mean, you can still use the same basic method, but I still think, you know, some soaps are going to require a little bit more water to get the slickness. Sappa di Ficcio Veracino is one of them. Some explode with the more water you put them. Williams is an example. Mitchell's Wool Fat is you have to be very careful with the water. So I think it just depends. You know, each soap has its own characteristics, and the reason why you see a lot of your mileage may vary is because each person's facial chemistry is different. Your pore structure is different. How your hair grows is different. The chemistry of your physiology is different, and all that is going to go into how the soap, aftershave, or whatever reacts to you. Also very excited about trying Sam's ASD2 feather. I've thought about that razor for a long time, but not being a huge DE shaver, didn't think much of it. And then KJ and Rich started using it, and even though it's on the milder side, that's okay, because the construction of the razor, and I'm a huge feather fan, so it's worth a try. So that should be coming in the not too distant future. I think Dave in Kentucky's ahead of me on it. But that'll be nice to try out, to see if I want to drop that kind of cash. Because for a DE, you know, it approaches, you know, pretty good pricing, $200, I guess, if you get the stand. And but the construction from everything I've seen, and the tolerances of everything I've seen, have been, you know, just tremendous. So back to our big announcements. Definitely want to get in on the brush if you can. I mean, we understand that it's not a small investment, but it's never been done before. And it is, you know, definitely one of a kind. So we hope as many of you can get involved in it as possible. We are limiting the brush to one per member. Because we want to ensure the integrity of the brush. And make sure that we don't see a lot of these things on the open forums being sold for profit, because that's not the idea behind this. This is for our members to celebrate the TSC, and we hope that everybody will get involved that they can. Okay, that's it. Now, the one thing about chiseled face, the scent sticks around. I mean, I'm pretty good with residual slickness. I don't think I would attempt to do a pass without lather, especially on the cleanup. Looks like I caught myself. Biggest thing we see out here with the fires is the livestock. Obviously, between cattle and horses. Did go down the hill last night, and because it's just behind our house down the hill, and a lot of people volunteering their horse trailers, which is cool to get people, get their livestock out. The community for such a large city has really come together. We have a horse track downtown called Rito Downs, and they are actually taking in livestock, larger cattle and horses and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. And then our animal shelters are taking in smaller animals, including reptiles, spiders, gerbil, you name it. Dogs, cats, if people need to. So that's kind of neat. A lot of the hotels are waiving any pet fees, or not having pets altogether. They're giving 50% discounts to hotels. So in that respect, it's nice to see the community come together, because in situations like this, obviously, people could be profiteers and really, screw people over. So that's one bright spot with everything else that's happened in 2020. It's nice to see that happen as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and use the shave. Very nice. Post-shave feel, your face feels a little bit sticky, but it's not terrible. And then the Ghost Town Barber aftershave, very powerful, but a little bit different than the soap. Maybe a little bit of a softer, creamier feel. Definitely a menthol hit. But just a neat, fresh, like I said, my nose picks up a little bit of sweetness, but some people don't. We'll use a little bit of talc today, and that's the Menon talc, basically the neutral unscented. Yeah, looks like I got myself pretty good. our alum. Take care of my touchdown. That's one thing about the smaller grinds, though. You get a little bit complacent, and you can hit the angles a little bit easier. And then we're going to use the Chiseled Face Eau de Parfum. And this stuff is powerful. And that's it. Well, Shaving Cadre, thank you so much for the barbershop shootout and all the things Barber. And we thought that finishing up with Ghost Town Barber it's good. If you can get a hold of Ghost Town Barber, please do. It's a cult following, and it's just a fun soap to have. So once again, thank you for being members of theshavingcadre.com. Check out all our new announcements. You can reach us at www.theshavingcadre.com. I've been your host, Barber Dave, at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home, and have a very nice Saturday and a wonderful weekend.